First of all, in your program, you will see the next show, which is called Angel Street. It plays this summer during the month of June. We'll open about the middle of June. We'd like to have you all back at that time. For those of you who are not familiar with the title, Angel Street, you might know it better by Gaslight. It was made into a movie with Ingrid Bergman called Gaslight, and Charles Boyer. So come and see it. It's going to be a great show this summer. Also, we'd like to call your attention to the fact that we have announced our next season in the program. It tells you very briefly whether it's a comedy or a drama or something like that. We've chosen very carefully. We hope you love next season. If you have any questions, catch me. I'll be glad to answer them for you. And remember that you will be getting your brochures pretty soon, your flyers, and they will tell you in greater detail about next season. And at that time, season tickets will go on sale. Season tickets represent a great savings to everybody. If you haven't had one this year and you come all the time, try it. Next, the actors and actresses in the show will be at the back of the auditorium when the show's finished. If you'd like to say hello to them, feel free to do so. There is no smoking during the performance, please. You may smoke at intermission if you like. Last of all, this is our 5th year, soon to be our 6th. It's announced in here, our 6th year. How great to have gotten this far. We're very happy to have the support of all of you. We also know that there are still many, many people who don't know who we are. Help us out a little bit. If you enjoy the show tonight, please tell your friends about us. Thank you very much.
With a quiet dignity.
Yes, and we get the tilt of our hats right.
That's right.
When I ride my bike, people see what Marichek's like. So I think it's very important that I look my best.
How many people did you run over today?
Not one.
Yeah, it's still early.
Here comes Miss Ritter. She spent the night with Mr. Godai.
Again?
They could buy at the newsstand, and then she walks around the block to make us think she's been at home.
Good morning.
Good day.
How are you this glorious day? Have you seen a lovelier morning?
Never.
It's too nice a day to be inside shuffling soap. I have no more energy whatsoever. Anybody mind if I take the day off? Arpad, why aren't you old enough to take me away from all this?
I am old enough.
Then marry me, and I'll quit my job. No, I guess you're really not quite old enough.
It won't be long, though. You know, I'm catching up. Miss Horvath always used to say I'd get to be 35 before you ever did.
Good morning. Good day.
Isn't this a radiant day? What a rare, magnificent morning.
Is it?
Good morning, my dear. How are you this ravishing day? Do you know you've never looked more exquisite?
Thank you, kind sir.
What a lovely dress.
It's the same one she had on yesterday, Mr. Kodai.
Ah, Mr. Novak. Good morning.
Good day.
Have a beautiful sky. What a perfect sample of summer weather. It's too nice a day to be inside counting out change. What a waste of holiday weather. All together, let's all run away.
Wouldn't it be something if we all took off from work?
Leaving Mr. Barrett without a single club.
Why not have a picnic?
I could bring my wife's preserves. Champagne might be nice with hot hors d'oeuvres. It's too nice,
It's too nice a day to be stuck inside of a
We could all be getting our faces.
Suntan, suntan. It's so nice a day
to be dozing under
a tree. And we'll all be out of a job.
If it costs that much to get suntan,
I'll stay untanned. Pale but solvent.
A picnic.
A picnic. Oh, well. Well, Mr. Novak, was the chicken the usual success? Last night, your weekly dinner with Mr. and Mrs. Marichak.
Oh.
Did you talk to Mr. Marichak about replacing Miss Horvath?
I mentioned it. Oh, absolutely not. After all, with business the way it's been...
Yes, but it's bound to pick up now that Hammerschmidt's is closed.
Have you tried their hand cream? I wonder if it's any good.
Good? My dear woman, my wife's been using their products for years. In fact, I've often wondered why theirs are always so much better than everyone else's.
You should know, Mr. Marichak.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Dave. Good morning, Mr. Marichak. May I help you? Good day, madam. May I help you?
I would like to see a...
Face like yours. But we carry.
You have a cream roll.
Cherry red skin.
Oh, I see what you mean. You will look enchanting.
Bright
Glamorous as garbage. I would recommend that today.
Where did you say?
Put a little lipstick on your nose.
Morning and evening.
And a little brush on.
Calming mind.
Absolutely.
Wrap it up and sing it. Thank you so much.
Is there something else before you go?
Yes. What have I forgotten? There was something else. Could it be something unimportant? Something doesn't matter what to me. I could also use a bottle of hair.
We have a splendid, isn't inexpensive perfume called Rat.
I never use one.
If you want to clip your ear, no. You may want to dye your hangnails. Have a little on your husband's face.
Won't he be surprised? I could use an eyebrow under my chin. There's an idea.
And my filth be very soft.
That should tell me to rip it up and search it. Thank you so much.
Always such a pleasure seeing
Please call again, do call again, madam.
Did you see that? Looks like business is picking up. Ladislav, I got another letter from her. Just a moment. Did she send any snapshots? Did she say anything about meeting you face to face? We will, very soon. But just listen to this. Dear friend, yesterday, I ran through the rain to the post office, and I had the key to box 1433. Trembling, I opened the door. Oh, dear friend, there you were. Gently, I took you out, held you in my hand, and sat down. I gently opened you and read you.
Mr. Seapost, could you spare me one of your stomach pills?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, my boy. You know whose fault this is. Every time you come to dinner, Mrs. Marichek tries to fatten you up. She had the cook make dumplings and cream gravy. What happens? You stay thin and I get heartburn.
I'm sorry, sir.
Really, George, it's time you got married. Haven't you had enough living in furnished rooms, running around to cabarets and dance halls?
Oh, but Mr. Marichek, I haven't been to a dance hall in years.
Oh, I know what you bachelors are like. Remember, I was once one myself. And what a bachelor. Young, strong, oh, I was something in days gone by. With some girl who just happened to catch my eye. Slim, straight, light on my feet, shoes just skimming the ground. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, follow the beat. Around, around, around. All night, circling the floor, till dawn lit up the sky. No one younger than I in days gone by. And then I met Mrs. Marichek. And ever since I've danced only with her. I bet you think that's incredible.
No.
Young, strong, oh, I was something in days gone by.
Mrs. Marichek is a wonderful.
With some girl who just happened to catch my eye.
Well, if I could find the right girl.
Slim, straight, light on my feet, shoes just skimming the ground. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, follow the beat. Around, around, around.
I can do it with my hands.
All night, circling the floor, till dawn lit up
The truth is,
sky.
I've never been very good with my
No one younger than I in days gone by. George, take my advice. Find yourself one person to dance with. It's really not necessary to change partners every night.
Oh, but Mr.
Or
Marichek,
even every other night. You just think it's necessary. Oh, here they are.
Yes, sir.
What?
A little surprise for you.
What are they?
Genuine leather box. Oh, wait, listen. Isn't that a lovely melody? Here, you try it.
What else does it do?
What do you mean, what else? It's a genuine leather musical cigarette box. And only 10 and 6. How's that for a bargain?
Who'll buy it?
It's evident you're in a very difficult mood today. Let's ask some other people's opinions around here. Get their honest opinion. Mr. Kodai,
Yes, sir.
will it sell?
I can't imagine why not, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Kodai.
You're welcome, sir.
Well then. Now, George, I'll make you a bet. I'll bet you 10 and 6 we'll sell the first of these little boxes within 1 hour.
Oh, Mr. Marichek, I don't want to take your money.
10 and 6, 1 hour, no more, no less. Is it a bet?
Well,
He's not so confident now, eh?
it's a bet.
Good day, madam. May I help you?
Yes, I'd like a large tube of Mona Lisa.
Mona Lisa cold cream. Certainly, madam. Isn't that a lovely melody?
Yes. Is 7 and 4 your largest size, or is there a larger?
We also have a 6 and 9.
Good. I'd like to see that.
This is a musical cigarette box.
Oh, and do you carry flowers of spring in the 1-ounce bottle?
Certainly, madam. Mr. Seafoes,
Yes, sir.
your customer.
Right over here, ma'am.
Good day, madam. May I help you?
Yes. Who do I see about returning a jar of sour face cream?
Oh, of course. Mr. Kodai.
Yes.
Your customer.
A good day, ma'am. May I help you?
No. Well, yes.
We have a complete line of perfumes, soaps, shampoos,
No.
face creams, hand creams, fingernail polish,
No.
brushes, hard, soft, medium,
No.
toilet water. We have a special this week only on Rose of Italy. I'll show you.
Thursday, good. I'll pick it up then.
Thank you, madam. Please call again. Do call again, madam.
Here, I'll spray some on your hand.
No.
No?
Actually, you see, I'm not going to buy any. Not today. I'm not going to buy anything. Is Mr. Marichek here?
He's in his office.
Could I speak to him, please?
Perhaps I can help you.
Well, I don't think so.
He's very busy.
Then I'll wait. I don't mind, really. I'll just sit somewhere quietly and wait till he's free.
Can I ask the nature of your business?
I'd like to speak to Mr. Marichek personally.
Very well. May I have your name, please?
Oh, Balish. Amalia Balish.
Very well, Miss Balish. I'll let him know you're here.
Oh, just one more thing. Miss Horvath, who used to work here, the one who's going to have a baby, she hasn't been replaced yet, has she?
Is this about a job?
No. Well, I guess you could call it that. I'm a very good sales girl, really, very good. I know the parfumery business inside and out. I worked at Hammerschmidt 5 years. 5 years, 8 months. And they were always very satisfied with me. I have a letter here from Mr. Hammerschmidt himself. Somewhere here. It says, Miss Balish is honest, dependable, dedicated. Dedicated. It's somewhere here. She has an abundance of those qualities which go toward making her a superior salesperson. I highly recommend her. Signed, Herman Hammerschmidt. Here.
I'm sure it's just as you say. But I'm afraid we're not replacing Miss Horvath now. So if you'd like to leave your name and...
I'd like to speak to Mr. Marichek.
And if anything else were to come up, I'll be more than happy.
I'd like to speak to Mr. Marichek, please.
Well, if this is just about a job,
Please?
I'm sorry, it just can't be done.
What can't be done? Oh, at Marichek's, nothing is impossible.
She wants a job.
Perhaps I can help you.
I know this business inside and out.
What?
I've worked at Hammerschmidt's.
I'm sorry.
I'm honest, dependable, dedicated.
Out of the question.
I have a letter here from Mr. Hammerschmidt himself.
Really, George, why can't you handle this sort of thing without calling me in?
Oh, I'm a very good salesgirl.
If you'll excuse.
Really? I am. Very good. Aren't these marvelous boxes? And look, only 10 and 6.
What are they for?
Candy.
Candy?
Why, yes, madam, it's the latest thing. And look at the workmanship. Oh.
A musical candy box?
Why, certainly, madam. It combines the 3 elements of good taste. Attractive to the eye, attractive to the ear, and functional.
How? Functional. How?
Let me tell you, this little box has been a lifesaver to many, many women. They have a tight, slight tendency to overweight. And don't we all? We sit at home reading a good book or listening to a symphony, and without realizing it, our hand slips into the candy box. We become indiscreet, eating sweet after sweet, though we know all too well where that may lead. So this box was designed with the 2 of us in mind as the kind of reminder we need. When you raise the lid, the music plays like a disapproving nod. And it rings in your ear, no more candy, my dear. In a way, it's a little like the voice of God.
Yes, of course, I'll take it.
Oh, thank you. Thank
Ritter.
you.
It's Ritter. That'll be 3 and 8 for the line.
And 10 and 6 for the box. Oh, thank you very much, madam. Oh, thank you.
You're hired, Miss
Balish, Amalia Balish.
Miss Balish. Welcome to Marichek.
Oh, thank you.
And now, George, if you please.
14 and 4, 14 and 5, 15. And your package, madam. Thank you very much.
Thank you, madam. Please call again. Do call again, madam. Dear friend, when the day brings petty aggravations and my poor frayed nerves are all askew, I forget these unimportant matters, pouring out my hopes and dreams to you.
see the summer disappear. Oh, dear friend, all at once, autumn's here.
Good morning, Miss Ritter.
Oh, good morning, Arpad.
Look, autumn. Good morning. Hello now. Here you are on the first day of October. The quintessence of autumn. Oh, I do hope you've forgiven me for our little misunderstanding last evening. I can't bear it when we quarrel. Can you, darling? Truthfully.
Go to hell.
Dear friend, with November just around the corner, I've a feeling you may also share. Do you feel an undertone of discord and a sense of tension in the air?
Mr. Novak, must this sidewalk always be covered with leaves?
If it weren't for your endearing letters, I'd be flying south with all the geese. By the way, have you read War and Peace?
Oh, good day, Mrs. Bellish.
Good morning, Mr. Novak.
I'm glad to see you could make it on time.
I'm sorry to disappoint you.
Oh, but I'm not disappointed. Let's just call it surprise.
They always argue. Why is that?
A simple chemical reaction. You see, when two people like each other very, very much,
They like each other very much.
I think so.
Don't you think we should tell them?
Arpad, I don't think they'd believe us.
Look, winner.
Dear friend, have you set your calendar for Tuesday when we bring this chapter to a close? When I meet my lady of the letters, who puts tiny faces in her own. In the freezing weather of December, I'll be warmly waiting for our day. Until then, count me on.
Oh, I'm late for work. I'm late. Good morning. Am I very late? Did Mr. Novak say anything? Where is he?
In the workroom.
Oh,
You're all new. The hat, the dress, the shoes.
top to bottom. I'm surprised you recognize me. Do I look all right?
Beautiful.
Oh, it took me 3 hours to get dressed. That's why I'm so late.
I have a feeling our little Miss Ballish must be in love, and you're having a rendezvous with him this evening.
How did you know?
Mr. Kadai is an expert on love. It's really quite remarkable, considering he's never been in it.
Good morning, Miss Ballish.
He didn't yell at me. What's wrong with him?
He's got other things on his mind. Mr. Marichek is very upset.
He is? Again?
You know who gets the worst of it.
Oh,
Mr. Novak,
Yes, sir.
you see this?
Yes, sir.
You know what it is?
Of course, it's a tube of Mona Lisa cold cream.
Here, let's see you try it. I was under the impression it was your responsibility to see that those tubes were correctly filled. If that responsibility is too much for you, Mr. Novak.
Mr. Marichek,
Or is there something wrong with the tubes? Are they defective?
Well, I don't think so.
You don't think so? Then it wouldn't be asking too much for the cream to come out the right end.
No, sir, it wouldn't be asking too much.
Thank you, Mr. Novak. That's all I wanted to know.
Mr. Novak! Mr. Novak! You still have Mona Lisa all over you.
Thank
You're
you,
so
Ladislav.
nervous. I can feel you vibrating.
Well, it's the first time I ever wore this suit before to work.
What's the occasion?
The biggest one ever. I get to meet her tonight.
Your letter friend? Aren't you excited, George?
Yes.
Well, I just hope she doesn't disappoint you.
Well, Ladislav, can I tell you something?
Sure.
I hope she doesn't live up to my expectations. I mean, I hope she's not as beautiful as I think she is, or as intelligent as I think she is. Because what would she see in me? A terribly ordinary clerk in a very ordinary shop, and I'm an awful liar.
A liar?
Well, all those things I wrote in those letters.
You lied?
Well, I certainly did exaggerate.
Well, no wonder you're vibrating.
I'm nervous and upset because this girl I've never met, I get to meet tonight at 8. I'm taking her to dinner at a charming old cafe, but who can eat tonight at 8? It's early in the morning and our date is not till 8 o'clock tonight, and yet already I can see what a nightmare this whole day will be. I haven't slept a wink, I only think of our approaching date tonight at 8. I feel a combination of depression and elation. What a state to wait till 8. 3 more minutes, 2 more seconds, 10 more hours to go. In spite of all I've written, she may not be very smitten, and my hopes perhaps will all collapse kaput tonight at 8. I wish I knew exactly what will happen, how I'll act when we dine tonight at 8. I know I'll drop the silverware, but will I spill the water or the wine tonight at 8? Tonight I'll walk right up and sit right down beside the smartest girl in town, and then it's anybody's guess. More and more I'm breathing less and less. In my imagination I can hear our conversation taking shape tonight at 8. I'll sit there saying absolutely nothing, or I'll jabber like an ape tonight at 8. 2 more minutes, 3 more seconds, 10 more hours to go. I'll know when this is done, if something's ended or begun, and if it goes all right, who knows, I might propose tonight at 8.
I love Christmas wrapping.
Well, it certainly is a pleasant change. You know, for the last month, I've done nothing but fill those darn tubes of Mona Lisa.
Well, what do you care? You're in love with some nice, eligible young man. Pretty soon you'll be able to kiss all this goodbye. Tell me, what's he like? Tell me all about him. I love to suffer.
Well,
Is he tall?
oh, so-so.
Oh, so 5 feet. So 6 feet.
I never measured.
Color of hair. Color of eyes.
Sandy hair. Not really light, not really dark.
And the eyes.
Bluish. Greenish.
Brownish.
A little.
Is he handsome?
It's difficult to say. I mean, at times he is, and then again, at times he's not.
Well built.
Oh, average.
Want a piece of good advice? Don't lose him in a crowd.
Why, oh, why am I such an unconvincing liar? The fact is, I never met him. Ever, really.
Never?
That's why I don't know if he's tall, wide, short, narrow, pink, green, or even what his name is.
Do you mean all this fuss is just for a blind date? My God, you're even more desperate than I am.
Oh, it's not a blind date. I know him.
How?
Letters. Many, many letters.
You belong to a Lonely Hearts Club?
Oh, I've never done that sort of thing. I used to read the advertisements in the papers.
Oh, who doesn't? Young man wants young lady. Young lady wants young man.
But I never took them seriously until one day I read his advertisement. Even then, I tried not to answer it, really. But it kept calling out to me.
He could be 75.
Oh, the advertisement said young man.
And you didn't even ask for a photograph?
I don't know his name or what he looks like, but I have a much more certain guide. I can tell exactly what he looks like inside. When I undertook this correspondence, little did I know I'd grow so fond. Little did I know our views would so correspond. He writes me what his feelings are. I'm sure Robert, Chopin, Renoir. The more I read, the more I find we're one in mind and heart. I know the kind of home we share, the books, the prints, the music there, a home, a life that's warm and full and rich in love. And I don't need to see his handsome profile. I don't need to see his manly frame. All I need to know is in each letter, each love revealing letter, I couldn't know him better if I knew his name. I know him so well, Ilona. I know that he's a very successful person and terribly well educated. He's gentle and kind, soft-spoken. I know all this about him and so much more. It's just that I never met him, that's all. He
It is too handsome. True, it doesn't much matter. But his personal habits are more important than his looks. Supposing he scores like a locomotive. Supposing he rides his feet. Supposing he's a knuckle-cracker. Amalia! Good luck with your books. He adds another small detail. That's that invention. I am speaking of sex, dear. Will you be all along?
Novak. Perhaps you can help me.
Yes, sir.
I'm looking for the Christmas decorations. I don't see them.
Oh, we haven't started them yet. I meant to talk to you about that in a few days.
I'm sick and tired of your coming to me on every little matter like comes up.
Mr. Marichek, that's not fair.
Excuse me. Kindly inform all the employees they will have to stay late tonight.
George, Mr. Marichek, I don't understand.
George, they will stay late tonight and they will do the decorating.
Yes, sir. Only, it's perfectly clear to me, but I got an appointment. I can't stay. George.
All right, George. We'll get along splendidly without you. That's all. Thank you.
That's not all, Mr. Marichek. For the past 2 weeks, I don't seem to be able to do anything right. What is it? Is it you? Is it me? If my word is bad now, it's been bad for 15 years. Why the hell did you wait till now to start telling me?
How dare you raise your voice in this shop? Clumsy idiot.
You did that on purpose, didn't you, Ladislav?
I had to stop that argument before you did something foolish, like resign.
I'm not sure I appreciate that.
Well, I didn't do it for you. I did it for me. Who knows? If you resign, your successor might take one look at me and say, "What's that oaf doing in a fancy perfumery?"
That's not true, Ladislav. You're a very good clerk.
I'm an idiot, but at least I'm an idiot with a job. Call me fool, that's all right with me. Here's my rule, never disagree. Where's my pride? Swallowed long ago, deep inside, where it doesn't show. Bowing, scraping, nodding, beaming, always humble, not an ounce of self-respect. Yes, sir, you're so right, sir. Black is white, sir. Excuse me while I genuflect. How do I remain so calm and cheerful? How do I retain my peace of mind? Let me just explain my rationale. It's all in your perspective. Listen to an old Hungarian's philosophy. I am only one of several in a rather small perfumery, which is one of several in this city, which is one of many cities in this country, which is only one of many countries which are on this continent, which is one of 7 on this not-so-special planet, which is one of many in our solar systems, which is one of many in our solar systems in this vast and inconceivable affair, which is called the universe. So, in this infinite, incomprehensible scheme, if a dot called Marichek should scream at a speck called C-post, what on earth does it matter? So, call me fool, that's all right with me. Here's my rule, never disagree. Where's my pride? Swallowed long ago, deep inside, where it doesn't show. Just maintain a true perspective, and it's easy to avoid a clash of wits. Just maintain a true perspective, and it's easy to avoid a clash of wits. Let me put it bluntly, I'm a coward with a wife and children to support. Actually, my creed is short and simple. 5 essential words, George. Do not lose your job.
Miss Ritter.
What?
This is going to be a charge. Here's the lady's name.
Just the lady's name? After such a long conversation, no telephone number?
I don't need it. She has mine. While I still have you all here, Mr. Marichek would like you all to stay late this evening.
Why?
To help put up the Christmas decorations, all right?
I guess so.
Of course.
Mr. Mr. Novak, I can't stay.
Why?
I've got a date. You know I've got a date.
I know no such thing.
How can you say that? Why do you think I'm wearing these new clothes? To trim a tree in?
I'm just following Mr. Marichek's orders.
I can't stay.
Miss Dallas, you're being very difficult.
Well, why did he have to pick this one night? Or did you pick it, Mr. Novak, just because you knew I had an appointment?
Thank you, madam. Please call again to call again, madam.
You know I find it quite depressing that anyone could hate me that much.
I don't hate you. But until you started working here, this was a very peaceful place. And now everybody else is on everybody else's nerves, and Mr. Marichek is
Oh,
upset.
that's not my fault.
And the Mona Lisa's coming out of the wrong end of the tube.
And that's not my fault. Is it?
You're the one who's filling them.
According to your instructions.
Well, let's not argue about that now. Can't we call a truce?
Anytime, Mr. Novak. After all, you're the one who always starts things.
I'm the one. Can you deny that only after 2 weeks with you working here, you started making very personal, very insulting remarks about me?
Only because you were going around calling me Miss Amalia Ballish. Miss Amalia Ballish. You think I like that?
Well, you think I like being criticized? My socks? My ties? My fingernails?
Much better.
That has got to be the most ill-tempered, insensitive woman in the world. Good day, madam. May I help you?
Yes.
Mr. Novak, hard at work as usual, I see. Have you made the necessary arrangements
Good day,
about
ma'am.
tonight?
May I help you?
Yes, sir. Mr. Kodai, Mr. Sipos, and Miss Ritter can stay. And our pot, of course.
What about Miss Ballish?
She won't be able to make it. She has an appointment this evening.
An appointment? Well, I guess you could hardly prevail upon her to stay when you're not going to.
Mr. Marichek, any other night.
There seem to be a great many things, Mr. Novak, that interest you far more than your position here.
Mr. Marichek, I'm devoted to this shop. I couldn't work harder if I owned it, if it were mine.
If you owned it? Let me tell you something, my young friend. No matter what you do, you will never get your hands on this shop. Never. Not if I have to come down from heaven myself and stop you. Is that clear? Now, get away from me. Get away from me.
I will get away, and permanently.
Can I accept that as your resignation, Mr. Novak?
That's exactly what it is.
Very well. I accept it. Effective immediately. Miss Ritter will have your final pay.
Is this a large size or is this a medium size?
The large size, madam.
Well, let me see the medium, please. And I don't have all day.
Yes, madam.
I would like a cake of Castile soap and a powder pot shampoo. Is there a sale on? Let me have a hairnet. Bubble wrap. How much do you charge for your Mona Lisa? Can you recommend an unusual perfume? Something rather chic but inexpensive. That would make a novel Christmas.
Are you leaving, Mr. Novak?
You'll be happy to know, Miss Ballish, I won't be arguing with you anymore. I just resigned.
Why?
As a matter of fact, I didn't have much of a choice.
I don't know what to say.
Then please, don't say anything. Especially not that you're sorry. Let's not leave on that false note. Goodbye.
Well, Mr. Novak, may the condemned woman have one last word? I never wish this harm. However, you've got to
Oh, I believe you, Miss Ballish. And I truly hope that you find some nice young man marry him and have many children. For the sake of my success with this job, I hope it's soon.
Are you representing on
Sorry to see you call.
something that the ship lock is?
I can never help
That would make it Do you have a lipstick guaranteed his proof up in our vanishing dream and a bubble in this bubble. But
for now, goodbye and goodbye, June. So long, please keep in touch. Keep in touch, won't you?
Will he like me when we meet? Will the shy and quiet girl he's going to see be the girl that he's imagined me to be? Will he like me? Will he like the girl he sees? If he doesn't, will he know enough to know that there's more to me than I may always show? Will he like me? Will he know that there's a world of love waiting to warm him? How I'm hoping that his eyes and ears won't misinform him. Will he like me? Who can say? I wish that we could meet another day. It's absurd for me to worry so this way. I'll try not to. Will he like me? He's just got to. When I am in my room alone and I write, thoughts come easily, words come fluently That's how it is when I'm alone. But waiting to warm him, oh, I'm hoping that his eyes and ears won't misinform him. Will he like me? I don't know. All I know is that I'm tempted not to go. It's insanity for me to worry so. I'll try not to. He's just got to. Will he like me? Will he like me?
I don't see any.
Would you please ask Mr. Kadai if he's got them?
Miss Ritter would like to know if you've got her icicles.
Icicles. You tell her that's all I've been getting from her for the past several weeks.
He said that that's all.
I heard him.
Seapost.
Why else would I be laughing so uncontrollably?
What do you think of a woman who goes with a man, tells him she loves him, and then suddenly drops him?
Before you answer that, Ladislaw, what would you say to a man who breaks 3 dates with a girl in a little over a week?
A little over a
8
week?
days.
I don't recall 3 days.
You don't recall anything. You never did.
Ilona, you're so wrong. I recall all our evenings together. I recall them very well. Our private little booth at the Rathskeller. Oh, come on, Ilona, let's go there tonight. You always loved the Rathskeller. The Chinese food. The gypsy fortune teller. And that from the bag. Ilona. Without you, Ilona, how cold my lonely life has grown. Are you happy alone, Ilona,
Now that Kodai is hard at play, we'll never get out of here till New Year's Day. So happy New Year.
Come with me, Ilona. Come with me, Sherry. Mistletoe, I long for someone. Please tell me who, like some divining rod, it points straight to you. Remember, Ilona, the sunny nights we knew before. If you'll just say the word, Ilona, will know them once more.
If it was only up to me, guess who I would hang upon the Christmas tree?
This is where I came in, amen. The fox and the chicken are a team again.
Together, Ilona, we generate a spark that's red. Don't deny that it's there, Ilona. You feel it, I know. Let's help it to glow.
Oh, you really are a rat. All right, we'll go to the Rathskeller. And I hope you have plenty of money because I'm starved. Or is this Dutch as usual?
No, my treat.
You may all go home now. Go home.
But the work isn't finished yet, Mr. Marichek.
We'll have to do it some other time.
Well, speaking for myself, I wouldn't mind staying a little longer. I'm in the rhythm of it now.
I want everyone out as quickly as possible.
Yes, sir.
Good night.
It's only 9:30.
9:30?
Arpad!
What?
Good news.
What is it?
You've been reprieved. Mr. Merchant says we can go now.
I'll just clean up here.
You're all ready. I'll just be a minute. Arpad, would you get my face?
Ilona, this is going to be a bit difficult to explain, but it seems I won't be able to take you to the Rathskeller after all.
What?
I can't help myself, darling. The fact is, I thought we were going to be working late this evening. I canceled a previous appointment, but now that we've finished already, I just got to keep it. You do understand, don't you, darling? Oh, trust me, we'll go out another night soon. Let's see, today is Tuesday. How about next Monday? Ilona. Chérie.
I resolve not to be so
You will
stupid.
keep Monday night
I
off for me,
resolve
won't you,
not to be scared. How often I've been a sitting duck for Cupid. How often I've let him shoot me down in flames. I resolve not to be so trusting. It's high time that I awoke. Whatever I got up here is up here rusting. My feminine intuition is a joke. I must be cousin to a cat. I always wind up with a rat. I'm through with momentary thrill. I find I can't afford the bill. I resolve, come what may, I will be a different girl again. I resolve not to be so brainless. I resolve not to be so dumb. My usual brush with love is far from painless. And suddenly I have got to know how come. I resolve not to blame the others just because I'm an easy mark. I want to know why I never meet their mother. Where men are concerned, I'm always in the dark. I must stop thinking with my skin. I will not be a mandolin that someone strums and puts away until he gets near to play. I resolve here and now I will be a different girl somehow.
Miss Ritter!
George, will you come to the Cafe Imperial with me tonight? It's urgent.
The Cafe Imperial?
Yes, she'll be there, sitting at a table, alone. And she'll have a book in front of her, with a rose in it.
Your letter friend? Oh, good.
And I'll have a rose right here.
George, that's a very romantic picture. Very romantic. Except for one thing.
One thing.
What am I doing there?
Oh, and you're going to give her this letter. It explains I've been called out of town on urgent business, and I'll write her as soon as possible.
She won't be disappointed.
She'll be even more disappointed if she sees me the way I am tonight. You'll do this for me, won't you, Ladislav?
Well, of course I will. But George...
Come on, let's hurry. For all I know, she may have got tired of waiting and gone home long ago.
Mr. Keller?
Mr. Merchant,
Come in, please.
do we talk here?
Everyone's gone.
As I told you on the phone, sir, we've completed our investigation.
Who sent this to me?
I'm afraid we don't know that. Anonymous letters are hard to track down, but we have checked out its contents. As you'll see, we've been following Mrs. Marichak, and there's no doubt she's involved with one of your clerks, just as the letter said.
There's no doubt, ma'am.
I'm sorry, sir.
I've known all along. It's just, I had to be sure.
She's been going to his apartment, number 17 Court Street. Do you want us to do a full investigation of Mr. Kodai?
Who?
Well, that's his name, Stephen Kodai.
But I thought...
Stephen Kodai, number 17 Court Street, 2nd floor, apartment 6.
Kodai? It's just that he hardly knows Mrs. Marichak. There's another clerk here. A clerk who's been to our house many times. I naturally thought
It's
that...
on the report, sir.
Yes, thank you.
If there won't be anything else, I'll be saying good night.
Good night, Mr. Keller.
Good night, Mr. Marichak.
Hello, love. Yes, I know. Will you be out late then? I see. Give her my best. No, I just feel a bit tired. All right. Of course. Of course. No, I won't wait up. So do I. Bye. Bye.
Mr. Marichak! Don't! Don't, Mr. Marichak!
Butterfingers, do that again. That's the end of your career.
How do you do, sir? How do you do, madam?
Don't you know we try to preserve a romantic atmosphere?
Good to see you again, Mr. List.
That's what all our patrons expect. So every jarring note will be ruthlessly checked. Gently does it try to preserve a romantic atmosphere. Think of all the love affairs we assist. What more noble calling is there than ours? Tending each new beautiful bud of love. making sure each delicate seedling flowers. Treat each tryst and rendezvous as your own, bearing in mind the gravity of your task. All these lovers want is one shining hour. Is that such a terrible lot to ask? Look around and see for yourself the romantic atmosphere.
Stephanie.
Oh, Victor.
That's what all our patrons demand. That's the reason why they're here.
Oh, come on, let's get out of here.
They all come here just for the mood. And if you don't believe me, try tasting our food. That's why we have got to preserve our romantic atmosphere. Now and then we just choose the wrong crowd. Gently does it try to preserve our romantic
Where's the rose? What? The rose, where's it at? That's a rose?
It's been in my pocket all day.
Let me have it.
Oh, no.
You've gone this far, you might as well go the rest of the way.
No, Ladislav, please, just give her the letter. And I really, really appreciate this.
Wait a minute, George. Let's at least take a look at her.
You look at her. She's old. Old and ugly. Fat. Isn't she?
I don't think so.
Well, there's got to be something wrong with her. Something terribly wrong.
Why?
I can see it in your face.
Well, the fact is, she's a very attractive girl.
But will I think so?
Well, I think that's a matter of personal taste. Let me see. Who does she look like?
A film star?
No. Let me think. More than anyone else, I'd say she looks like someone in our shop.
In our shop?
You know who? Miss Ballish. She looks very much like her.
Miss Ballish? Amalia Ballish? I thought you said attractive.
Well, I think so. But of course, if you don't like Miss Ballish, you're certainly not going to like this girl.
That's similar?
See for yourself. You're not just going to let her sit there, are you?
Well, what would you suggest I do? You want me to tell her that I'm the poor fool who's written all those letters? She'll make me the laughing stock of this city.
Well, how? After all, she wrote some too. Dear friend, I took you out of the box, I cut you open, and so on.
Oh, it's impossible.
What?
She couldn't have written all those letters.
You think it's a coincidence that she's here in this cafe, and that she happens to be reading Anna Karenina, and she's using a bookmarker like a rose in December?
But it's Miss Ballish. I can't be in love with Miss Ballish.
How do you know until you try?
Because I know her.
Then talk to her. Find out.
Oh, she can't be, dear friend. She can't be. Can she? Miss Ballish.
Mr. Novak, what are you doing here?
Celebrating. How about you?
Well, I'm waiting for someone.
For someone in particular?
Well, of course. What kind of girl do you think I am? Never mind, Mr. Novak, I know.
May I sit down?
No, I'm afraid not.
Well, won't you help me celebrate?
Celebrate?
My freedom. Just think of it. Tomorrow is Wednesday, and I can sleep as late as I'd like.
Oh, Mr. Novak, I told you that chair and that glass happen to be reserved.
Oh, but won't you have one quick drink with me?
I can't.
One small farewell drink.
Well, if it's very small and very quick.
Thank you. Here's to Marichek's Perfumery, and to all the people that work there, and to all the people that used to work there, and to all their customers, and to sleeping late on Wednesdays, and to you, and to me, and
that covers everything.
good wine.
Mr. Novak, are you spying on me?
Spying?
Did you come here to see if I really have a date? That I wasn't just inventing an excuse not to work tonight?
Miss Ballish, who would I be spying on?
Well, if you do not leave this table immediately, I'm going to call the waiter.
Yes, madam.
Oh, there you are.
May I put a word in? The Cafe Imperial is a rendezvous for lovers. Well, look around you. We try to preserve a romantic atmosphere, and I find it very difficult, madam, when you and your husband insist on fighting right in the middle of it. Now, can't you argue at home?
This is not my husband. This is just a business associate.
Well, talk business someplace else, please.
So, you say you're meeting someone you've known very long.
Will you leave, Mr. Novak?
It doesn't seem right for a man to leave a girl alone in such a public place.
Will you please leave?
Even if he is an old friend. A dear friend.
I don't care to discuss that with you, Mr. Novak. So did mine.
Miss Ballish, do you realize you and I have something in common? At one time, we were both infants.
But I grew up.
I think they call it tango tragedy.
But if he's already been here, seen us together and gone, I will never forgive you. Russian. Put that back.
And what's this for?
It's none of your business.
Is it possible, Miss Ballish, that you've never met this man?
Don't be ridiculous.
Of course. And yet, some girls and some men do make appointments with strangers. Sometimes they turn out very, very well. On the other hand, sometimes they turn out not so well. Not so well at all.
I'll tell you of a lonely girl I knew. Her story, I fear, is tragic to hear. Nevertheless, it's true. Her downfall, now as I recall, began when her lonely heart's club found her a lonely man. She sat down and wrote, answered her note, and now there was no retreat. Then one autumn day she called me to say she felt it was time to meet. Told him to wear a rose-boutonnet. She know that he was me, and he was to look for one certain book inside which the rose would be. From that day, she was never seen around. We searched high and low, but searched as we would, only a trace was found. Her left leg floating in a low. We never could find the rest of her or her book.
At the count of 5, I'll scream. So you better go and soon. 1. Don't forget I had some wine and nothing to eat since noon.
Well, we can go someplace and have a sandwich.
Dante was described all the depths of hell. If I have my way, you will know them well. 3.
Miss Malish.
You are easily the most insensitive man alive. I'm sorry, but I'm fighting for my life. 4 and a half, will you go? Then 5.
Are you trying to ruin me, lady? I want you. Get out! That's all. Get out! You two, get out! Screaming like lunatics, that's all. Get out!
That is no way to speak to a lady.
Ladies don't scream in cafes.
Well, you don't understand, sir. You see, there was a fly in her wine.
What?
I said there was a fly in her wine.
Where is it? Show it to me.
I'm afraid that's quite impossible. You see, she swallowed it.
She swallowed it.
Well, wouldn't you scream?
Good God.
Really? Mr. Novak, no matter how much you despise me or how unhappy you are, haven't you had enough revenge? I don't understand you.
How could you? You never listened to me. You never really looked at me.
How wrong you are, Mr. Novak. I'm looking at you right now. And shall I tell you what I see? A smug, pompous, petty tyrant. Very sure of himself and very ambitious. But I see him 10 years from now, selling shampoo. And 20 years from now, selling shampoo. And 30 years from now, still selling shampoo, because basically, do you know what he is? Just a not very bright, not very handsome, not very young man with balding hair and the personality of a python. Oh, Mr. Novak, I didn't mean all those things. Mr. Novak!
Don't call him. He'll come back. You can go home now, Josh. It's almost closing time.
Closing time? But I'm still waiting for someone. He'll have a rose in his lapel.
To match the one in your book? How late is he?
Over 2 hours.
You're a very patient young lady.
I've waited all my life. What's 2 hours?
Well, this is on the house. Pull up.
Thank you. You know, this is a very nice cafe.
We try to preserve a romantic atmosphere. She looks at him and she goes away. Well, you don't have to worry. You're a nice, presentable girl. Not a beauty contest winner, but you should see some of the others.
Oh, good. You can take that away now.
Well, I did everything you told me to.
You went to the shop?
Here's the keys.
What did you tell them about last night?
That you shot yourself accidentally. You were cleaning your gun.
Good.
Then I delivered your message to Mr. Novak. That is, I left it with his landlady. He was out.
Very good.
Oh, and there's something else. Miss Ballish is sick. Her mother called us. She won't be in today. And that's everything.
Arpad, you're a credit to your profession.
Thank you, Mr. Marichek. You know, I'm not afraid of responsibility. I welcome it. In fact, I'd welcome a lot more.
I'll keep it in mind.
And I've been thinking, with the Christmas season almost here and all that Christmas shopping, we're going to be very short-handed in the shop.
We'll have to manage.
But one more clerk would certainly come in handy.
What is it? You know someone who wants a job?
Mr. Marichek, you've got to stop thinking of me as just a delivery boy. In a suit, with a tie, I look old. And I've been training myself to be a sales clerk. Training hard for 2 years.
Oh? You've been training?
I have trained myself, going shelf by shelf, and I know every item in the store. Every tube, jar, box, bottle, carton, and container, where they are, what they cost, what they're for. Although it's something you have never thought about, Mr. Marichek, try me. You need a man who knows the business inside out, Mr. Marichek, try me. You need help or I have never spoken. And why bring someone in when I'm already broken? In this emergency, I wouldn't let you down, Mr. Marichek, try me. Oh, I can see by the uncertain way you frown that you've asked yourself, why me? For first-class clerking and conscientious working, Mr. Marichek, why not try me?
All right. This cream is sour. Very sour. Take it back.
You wish to return this jar, madam? Certainly right you are, madam. You say it smells like a drowned cat. It does at that, at Marichek's, madam, we claim with pride. The customer must be satisfied. The customer must be satisfied. By the way, we have a special sale on autumn heather. Let me spray some on your hand. And we'll smell it together. It has the 3 elements of a good perfume. It's attractive to the nose, invisible to the eye, and functional. My wife has used it time and again. It's very appealing to us men. I use it myself every now and then.
I'll take it.
Thank you, madam. Oh, Miss Ritter. Miss Ritter. That's 20 and 6 for the autumn heather, 8 and 3 for the cream, 32 even for that bottle of Mermaid Stream, 1 and 3 for the eyebrow pencil, 9 for the large shampoo, and then for the jar you're bringing back, that's 4 and 2 for you. That's a total of 98, that's 4 and 2 for the jar. Out of 100, here's your change, 5 and 2. There you are. The biggest sale in several years, I believe. Thank you, madam. Please call again. Glad I could help. Here is my card. Thank you, madam. Please call again. You call again. Madam. I would gladly grow a mustache if you like, Mr. Marichek. Try me. I would even think of giving up my bike, Mr. Marichek. Try me. For first class clerking and conscience working, Mr. Marichek, why not try me?
That was very impressive. You even managed to shortchange me. Oh, George.
Mr. Marichek, how are you feeling? What happened? He shot himself accidentally. He was cleaning his gun.
Arpad, would you please leave us alone?
Yes, sir. Are you in very much pain, Mr. Marichek?
The only one place that doesn't hurt me is my left shoulder, where I shot myself.
Is there anything I can do?
First, I've got to do something. Something very important. If I could stand up, you know what I'd do? I'd walk over and take you by the hand and beg you to forgive me.
It's all right, Mr. Marichek. I forgive you for whatever happened, whatever it happened. I don't care.
You can't let me off that easily. I did a terrible thing to you, and there's no excuse. Well, maybe there's one excuse. The jealousy of an old man.
Jealousy?
Poor George. Still in the dark. You must be the only man in the world who ever had an affair without knowing it.
An affair?
You've been having an affair with my wife.
With your wife, Mrs. Marichek?
I have all the facts.
But it's not true.
I know it's not true. I know it now. But last week and 2 weeks ago, I didn't know.
Mrs. Marichek and... Sir, did you actually think that...
That's just the point, George. I didn't think.
I can't believe it.
Well, George, starting today, if you're willing, I'd like you to take over the shop.
I will, sir. At least keep the doors open until you're well enough to come back.
Here are the keys. Now, you better get going. You'll be very short-handed today. Our pod tells me that Miss Ballish isn't coming in.
Miss Ballish? Why?
She's sick.
What's wrong with her?
He didn't say. But you'll have to manage without her. And without one other clerk as well. I want you to fire Kodai.
Fire him?
Just give him 2 weeks' salary.
Mr. Marichek, I didn't realize that Mr. Kodai was so unsatisfactory. He always works hard.
But at the wrong things.
I'm not sure I understand.
You ever run into Mrs. Marichek? Perhaps she'll explain it to you. It looks like I'm a bachelor again, same as you. Perhaps one night you'll take me to a cabaret.
Mr. Marichek,
I know. You don't go to cabarets.
Well, I'll stop by later tonight and give you a full report.
Thank you, my boy. I'll be here.
Have you been thinking about me as a clerk?
Quite seriously. There is one thing that still puzzles me. You're so attached to your bicycle. How could you ever bear to part with it?
What if I didn't part with it altogether? I could be half delivery boy and half clerk.
Harpod, you just made a sale.
I did?
As of right now. Of course, I don't suppose we can call you Harpod anymore. I don't think I ever did know your last name. You do have a last name?
Laszlo.
Welcome to Marichek's, Mr. Laszlo.
Mr. Laszlo. Mr. Laszlo.
Well, you better get going.
I'm on my way. You can count on me. Goodbye, Mr. Marichek.
Goodbye, Harpod.
Miss Bowers?
Who is it?
Miss Bowers?
Just a minute. Mr. Novak!
I was in this neighborhood.
What do you want? Have you come to say something you forgot to say last night? Well, say it, please, and get it over with. I'm not feeling very well today.
I know you're not. That's why I'm here.
You knew I was sick. How?
Well, this may come as quite a shock to you, Miss Ballish, but I'm back at Marichek's again.
Back at Marichek.
As of this morning.
And you came to see if I'm really sick, is that it?
No.
So you can tell everyone there's not a thing wrong with me.
No,
and that I just don't care about my job. Well, you're not going to have that chance, Mr. Novak. What time is it? I won't be very late. Miss Ballish? Where's my other shoe? Help me find my other shoe. Don't just stand there like that. Where's my shoe?
Ballish, lie down.
My shoe. I can't live until I do. Will you give me my hat? Where's my shoe?
Ballish, lie down.
I hate to disappoint you. Now that you have your hopes up, won't you be doing something mean?
Miss Ballish,
Just tell me if it's cold out. Come help me pick a sweater. I can't sweater white or green.
No, you're sick and you want to lie
Where's
down.
my shoe? That's a sneaky thing to do. You don't want me to go, do you? I can see right through you. Where's my shoe? Where's my shoe?
Girl and go
If I were a shoe, where would I have gotten to? Now, if I were a shoe, I'd be there.
Please, Miss Ballish, lie
Is it
down.
very cold? Yes, you told me it was cold. Tell me what kind of dress should I wear? I couldn't wear a sweater. That wouldn't fit my mood now. I feel like wearing something gay.
Ballish, you're
I feel
hysterical.
so much better. I feel so gay and giddy. One shoe and I'll be on my way. Oh, see, there is nothing wrong with me. I am going. You can't stop me. Stop this. No place. Drop me.
No, you're not leaving this room.
My shoe.
You're going nowhere but back to said. I brought you something.
What?
Here, see for yourself.
What is it?
It's vanilla ice cream. It's the best thing in the world for you when you're sick. I'll get you a spoon.
Oh, in the second drawer. Oh, it's from Lindner's. My mother works at Lindner's. She may have waited on you.
A short, stout woman?
Oh, no, the very image of me. Everyone says so. Only much younger looking. There's something wrong with this ice cream.
Is there?
So much salt.
Well, are you surprised with all those tears falling into it?
Oh, I better cry in the other direction.
Why cry at all?
How little you understand, Mr. Novak. I'm like a rag doll and somebody's kicked out all the stuffing.
Well, you'll fill up again. Good as new.
Let me tell you, you're sitting on the bed of a very disillusioned girl.
About last night at the Cafe Imperial, I must have been drunk.
Strangely enough, you were right, Mr. Novak. When you guessed I'd never met the man I was waiting for. He was just someone who'd been writing letters to me. Such glorious letters.
And he never showed up.
I waited till closing.
I feel very responsible.
Oh, it wasn't just you, Mr. Novak. There could have been so many reasons. But if he cared at all, he would have explained. He would have written a letter, a note, 2 words, something.
He will write.
I don't think so.
He will. I'm not just guessing. I know it definitely.
How?
He told me, himself.
He himself?
Of course. Dear friend, no one else.
Dear friend? Oh, when? How? Tell me, Mr. Novak, tell me.
Well, last night when I had left the Cafe Imperial, I got the strangest feeling that someone was following me, and I kept looking back. And there was
a young man.
A man. And when I was almost home, he came up to me and started asking questions about you and me.
What sort of questions?
Just the kind you'd expect.
But I want to know the words he said.
I'm not very good at exact words.
Oh, try, please.
The first thing he said, I think, was, excuse me, but may I ask you a question? And, do you want to know what I said, too?
Yes, of course.
All right, I said yes.
And then?
And then, he said, that girl that you were sitting with at the cafe, is she a special friend of yours? Special friend, those are the exact words. And I said, no, we just work at the same shop. As a matter of fact, she has an appointment here tonight with somebody else. And then I remember he looked quite sad.
He looked sad?
Quite sad. And then he said, yes, I know she has an appointment. It's with me. But I've been called out of town on urgent business, and I'll write to her as soon as possible.
Urgent business? Oh, is he a manufacturer, do you think, or a shop owner?
Well, he certainly is well-fed.
Well-fed?
Yes, it was hard to tell. Then, let's see.
What did he look like?
It was very difficult to tell. You see, especially in a man of his age.
Oh.
Oh, you know, Miss Ballas, you have some very interesting books here. The Red and the Black, I've been so anxious to read that. I wonder if I might borrow it sometime.
What?
I was wondering if I could borrow this. I promise I'll return it.
What did you mean, a man his age?
I beg your pardon?
Well, you said it's not unusual for a man his age. How old is he?
Well, you must remember it was a very dark night, and he had an emotionally exhausting day. Quite possibly, if he had some hair. Have you ever read The Magic Mountain?
What?
The Magic Mountain. Have you ever read it? I bought it for myself for my birthday. I'd be glad to lend it to you sometime.
Is he completely bald?
Does that matter? I thought you said you loved him.
I am in love with him, Mr. Novak. I am. It's just that, you know, I thought, I hoped. I'm so ashamed of myself. As if appearance makes a difference. The important thing is the letters. Just look at all the immortal works of art, the rapturous love stories that were written by elderly men, bald men, fat men with indigestion and terrible tempers. But somewhere, deep inside, They had the magic. And that's a glory beyond estimation.
You put it very well, Miss Ballish.
I feel very well. I feel marvelous. Oh, thank you, Mr. Novak. Thank you for coming here today. Oh, thank you for my life. Oh, I'm going to write to him this very minute, so you'll have a letter waiting for him. But I won't mention you, since that might be embarrassing.
Oh, I appreciate it. Well, I'll get back to the shop.
I'll follow as soon as I've written a letter.
Oh, no, that's not necessary. Take the rest of the day off. Relax. Read a good book. Have you finished Anna Karenina yet?
Oh, yes. A long time ago.
So did I. It's amazing how it sticks with me. You know, at every station platform with a train puffing in, that's Anna's platform. I can see her. I can actually see her walking out of the crowd toward her death. And I've even tried to stop her a few times. But she always seems to vanish in steam and smoke.
How odd, Mr. Novak. How very odd. You know, in one of his letters... Oh, I wish I could show it to you.
Dear friend, he had the same experience?
More than once.
Well, goodbye, Miss Ballish.
Goodbye. Oh, Mr. Novak, may I tell you something quite sincerely? I like you, Mr. Novak. Really. I like you.
Thank you, Miss Ballish. I'll see you in the morning.
In the morning. Dear friend, I am so sorry about last night. It was a nightmare in every way. But together you and I will laugh at last night someday. Ice cream, he brought me ice cream, vanilla ice cream, imagine that! Ice cream, and for the first time we were together without that. Friendly, he was so friendly, that isn't like him, simply stunned. The wonders never cease, the wonders never cease, it's been a most peculiar day. The wonders never cease, the wonders never cease. Oh, where was I? I am so sorry about last night. It was a nightmare in every way, but together you and I will have last night someday. I sat there waiting in that cafe and never guessing that you were fat. That you were near. You were outside looking bald. Oh, my. Dear friend, I am so sorry about last night. Last night, I was so nasty. Well, he deserved it, but even so, that George is not like this George. This is a new George that I don't know. Somehow, it all reminds me of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. For right before my eyes, a man that I despise has turned into a a man I like. It's almost like a dream, as strange as it may seem. He came to offer me
knowing that she loves me. She loves me, true she doesn't show it. How could she, when she doesn't know it? Yesterday she loathed me, now today she likes me, and tomorrow, my teeth ache from the urge to touch her. I'm speechless, though I mustn't tell her. It's wrong now, but it won't be long now before my love